Hey guys, welcome back to On Our Terms, hosted by moi, Ismatou Bah, the big sis that fucks up so you don't have to. As usual, let's set some ground rules. This is not a safe space. It's a brave space, so let's be brave. In honor of that, mommy, I'm bald as fuck. And yes, this is something that I really wanted to do, guys. Before we even get into this, I think it's rude as fuck to come up to someone and ask them if there's something going on in their lives because they cut their hair. Guys, when black women cut their hair, it doesn't always mean there's something bad happening. Sometimes a bitch just want to be bald. That's it. She just want to cut the dead weight and she just want to be bald. And it's okay. And it could honestly sometimes just mean it's a great thing. She feels powerful. She feels great. So many people have been asking me if I'm going through something. Like, first of all, I'm glowing. That's rude. That's rude. And secondly, why would I tell you? I don't know you. There's so many random people that like come up to me at work, like acquaintances, people I've seen outside who are like, is there something going on? There's nothing going on. I just want to be bald. Simple. But let's get into it. And I also want to say, obviously, it's been a while. We've had so many guests, but today we're going to get real. We're going to get real today. It's going to be just me and you. We're going to be locked in. Just like episode 1. Because episode 1, we got real. So we're going to get real again. I know you guys might be wondering, girl, if there's nothing wrong, you talking about you're glowing, why did you go bald? Well, let me tell you something. I am not new to this. I'm truly true to this. This is the second time I've just chopped my hair off. And it was right after boarding school because I basically had so much dead hair because I was like straightening my hair so much in boarding school, and it was a time again that I felt like I needed to shed some dead weight, and so I just chopped all my hair off and I had a little cute little fro, and I went with one of my really good friends, and she was really there to hold my hand, and I was super terrified back then about cutting my hair. But it was another time as well. Like, I wouldn't say anything bad was happening. I just wanted to shed the dead weight and experiment with my look a little bit, and that's exactly what I've done again, honestly. For the past 2 years, I've been telling anybody who could listen to me that I wanted to shave my head because one, I'm an Aries and I'm impatient and I'm constantly looking for change. Like, I can't be doing the same thing for too long. And so when I had straight hair, it was black and I was like, oh, I want to do color. So I dyed my hair blonde. And then I went blonder and blonder and blonder. And then, as y'all know, New York City hairstylists, fucking annoying. It was too hard to get an appointment. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just shave it. Cut the stress. And who knows? I might even throw on a wig. Just because I went bald doesn't mean I'm going to be bald forever. I might throw a wig on because I feel like it. A huge thing, I think, back then, in like 2 years ago, I was like kind of reckoning with these like beauty standards that we have. And I was like, whoa, like, you know, fuck that. Having long hair being like the definition of like your femininity and your beauty. Because at the end of the day, like, who made those rules? Obviously, we know it's men, they make all the fucking rules. And so I was like, you know what? I want to divest from this. And while it was cute to talk about it, I felt like I couldn't just talk the talk. I needed to walk the walk. And I'm not saying that in order to walk the walk and truly be divesting from men, you got to shave your head. But that's not what I'm saying. You can have your long hair and still divest from the gays. What I am saying for me though, especially specifically being Fulani, there is a huge emphasis placed on like having long beautiful hair. That is a part of like being a beautiful Fulani woman. And I remember when I was young, and also guys, let me just say, I just want to flex real quick. I have great hair. I have beautiful, amazing. I love my hair. I love me. And when I was young, I remember that was like the one thing that people would always comment on. Oh my God, you have so much hair. You're so beautiful. You have such long, beautiful Fulani hair. Like, I love it. I love it. And I took so much pride in that. And so when I went to boarding school and I killed my hair, I was like, damn, like that was the one thing I had. Because I am dark skinned and, you know, Fulanis don't like that. For me, I was like, damn, like I kind of want to fight this. I kind of want to like push back on this because I don't think my beauty is defined by my hair. And I think that's when I started being like, you know what, I want to have multiple different hairstyles. Like, I want to go against the grain. And I've always been someone that experimented, like even with braids and stuff like that. I feel like that was something I've always loved since I was a kid because, you just grow up doing braids. But what really triggered and kind of sped up me deciding to shave my head bald was me being diagnosed with alopecia last year. I got diagnosed with alopecia areata, and as you can see, my little bald spot that's growing back here. And I think that really at first was like tough for me. I felt like I had divested from these beauty standards because I had shaved my head bald before. But once it was involuntarily, I was having these bald spots pop up around my head, and it was really limiting the type of hairstyles I can, do. I realized I hadn't fully divested as much as I thought I had divested. It pushed me into a dark place at first because I was sad. And then I dyed my hair. I had my bob. The bob was the moment. I felt like for a certain moment, I was kind of a shell of myself. Like I felt like I wasn't pretty anymore. Every time I would look at the bald spots, I would hyperfixate on them in the mirror.
I can't lie, y'all. I'm the kind of person who is always playing games with my life. I do not check the weather app before I leave my apartment, and I will be packing the night before a trip. That's just the truth. But finding the right doctor should not be something you play games with. So I had to get serious about my alopecia areata. That's why I went straight to ZocDoc at the first sight of a bald spot, and I found my dermatologist. Guys, I was not playing any games. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors. Choose the right one for your needs and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and who are highly rated by verified patients. You can also see their actual appointment openings. Choose a time that works for you and click instantly to book a visit. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments, because that's what happened to me, y'all. Literally, I saw the bald spot and I ran to the doctor. I use ZocDoc and you should too. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/honorterms to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/honorterms. One more time, y'all. ZocDoc.com/honorterms. See you there.
I would hate to say that this is something that was in the past. I'm still feeling it right now. It's something that I'm currently fighting and trying to be more comfortable in my skin and in my body. I think a huge part of my confidence were tied to these beauty standards that I subconsciously thought I had let go of. I hit 25, and so, I got my grown woman body. I gained weight, and I didn't realize like how much I had that was going to affect my confidence. And while I wasn't posting for other reasons with, dropping out of grad school, I also, have been really scared to post my new body and post, my face is a little rounder now. I don't have the sharp jaw that I had when I was like 21. I was constantly making self-deprecating jokes with my friends, like, oh my God, like I'm going to get on Ozempic. But like, the truth is I'm really unhappy with the way I look, which I think was really hard for me to admit. For me, shaving my head bald is honestly me letting go of that. It's kind of me being kind of naked in front of everybody in a way, because like I can't hide behind anything. I felt like I was in a place where my hair was kind of weighing me down, but I think like it was the lack of confidence, everything, all of the negative energy and jokes, self-deprecating jokes I put out about myself was like kind of weighing me down in my hair. And I just felt like I needed something had to go, something had to give. And it wasn't my weight. It wasn't going to be my weight, because I got to love my body. And it had to be my hair. I had to cut my hair. And it was honestly freeing. Like I felt so much lighter coming out of the barber's chair, because like I said, I felt like I was being weighed down. I feel like I've turned a new leaf, honestly. Like I've been focusing on adjusting to this new body that I have, adjusting to my new hair. The reception that my hair has had has been honestly so beautiful, because like I said, I feel like I'm a lot more seen than I used to be in the past. And it's honestly made me feel very powerful. It was a bit impromptu, and I'm going to tell you about the drama a little bit later, how I went to do this, because it was a bit ridiculous. I used to think I was going to have this big glow up, especially when I was on Accutane. And I was like, I'm going to get on Accutane, I'm going to have straight teeth, I'm going to have my long, beautiful hair, and I'm going to be that girl. I'm going to be thick, I'm going to be in the gym, fit, looking great. Like, nobody's going to be able to play with me. And like, I feel like I was like, yeah, all those bitches who tried me, all those bitches who thought I was not gonna be shit, like, I'm gonna be the baddest bitch of them all. And I got on Accutane, I fixed the acne, and now I have health issues, but that is just the truth of the matter. And as soon as I fix the acne problem, I'm losing balls, clumps of my hair, which just comes to show you there's always a moving goalpost. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on my teeth. And Invisalign is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. And that's truly just life. But I think what's ridiculous is that I even had this like crazy standard, or I was working towards this goal of being the baddest bitch, whatever the fuck that means, like whatever that means. And I'm bad right now. And people were telling me that when I was saying this, and my friends would be like, girl, like, you're bad now, like, you're a bad bitch now, like, you don't have to do all these things and invest in all these procedures. And this is also, by the way, I support all the girls who get procedures done. Like, do what you gotta do what you need to do. I support you, I love you, it looks great sometimes, but like, at the end of the day, I needed to be happy with my own body. And that is a process that's still ongoing. And me not being able to achieve this big glow up and also I had given myself a timeline too for this big glow up. It was going to be like by the time I turned 25, I was like, yeah, my teeth are going to be fixed, everything is going to happen. And then it didn't happen. And now I'm just kind of like, I need to be comfortable in what I look like and how I feel now. I need to buy clothes in sizes that fit me, even if it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, because I need to feel comfortable in my clothes. I need to feel comfortable in my body. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm solved, I'm healed, da 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 da. I'm fighting. Skinny is back in a really scary way. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but skinny is back. And I am trying to fight every time I look back and like go on TV or whatever, and I see a skinny girl. I'm always fighting this idea that like my body's imperfect, or I need to like go to the gym, or I need to like diet, or like making myself feel bad about like what I'm eating, because it's really really hard. I'm telling you, like, when you when you like look on Love Island, everyone's a stick, everyone's gorgeous. Whatever reality TV show you are watching, you see thin women, and that is like the beauty standard. And what I mean by skinny being back is, I feel like in the early 2000s, like, that was definitely the standard. But then with like, in terms of like skinny blonde white woman being the standard, and Paris Hilton, those were the it girls. Now, and then we kind of moved into this era where it was like, okay, being thick is in. You need to have a thigh brow, whatever the fuck that was with the Kardashians or something like that. I don't know, it was like a thigh. No, it was like they were like,
do they need to touch now? Like,
it was like, no, like, when you like crease. Yeah, like this part, you have to have like a thigh brow, like the Kardashians had coined that. Yeah, so the girls wanted to have a thigh brow. You know what I mean? BBLs were in, da 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 da, being thick, all that shit. And now I feel like we're kind of reverting to being thin again. Everyone is taking the BBL out. Everyone, thigh gaps are back in. Like, I hate to say it, and it's like causing a lot of, and I've talked to other women too who kind of feel like this as well. Unbigging your back culture. Like, there's a lot of like fat phobic rhetoric online, and it kind of forces you to subconsciously think about, like, you start kind of like checking yourself in the mirror a little bit. And I realized that I would like spend too long in the mirror. It wasn't just checking my outfit, but it was like, I would have watched a show the night before, and like there's their stomachs are like in their back. And that's not how I am. That's not how I'm shaped anymore. Looking at myself in the mirror and like realizing I'm spending too much time in front of the mirror was something that I had to kind of stop. And I was like, this is not something that I want to do anymore. Like I didn't feel comfortable. I also had to like stop watching these shows that were kind of making me feel like that. And not that these are these shows' responsibility in any way, shape, or form. It was just the way that I had started internalizing my image. And that's why I said, like, going back to like me shaving my head, I feel like I'm kind of like freeing myself from all of that. And a lot of people think it's impulsive because I wasn't speaking about it like on a large scale, like with everyone. But the week leading up to me shaving my head, I was having conversations with my siblings and my friends, and I was like, you know what? Like, should I shave my head? I don't know, guys. And you had the naysayers, you know who you are. There were a lot of people that were like, no, girl, do not shave your head. And then there were the people who like had the vision. They saw the vision, they understood it. And I was like, you know what? I can't shave my head because I got the green light from everybody. I need to just shave my head because I want to. And also, like I said, like I don't think the people understood how much it was weighing me down. Like it wasn't also just for an aesthetic reason too. Like I said, like I felt like I was physically being brought down by my hair, which sounds so dramatic, but I'm a dramatic person. And so I literally needed to free myself. And so the night before, I like call my sister and I'm like, hey girl, I think I'm gonna shave my head. And she was like, no girl, do like a boho bob, like do something, do braids. I was talking to my friend. I was talking to my best friend and he was like, cut it. And then I was talking to another person and they were like, no girl, like, like you're not ready. Like I wouldn't. And I was like, you're not. And I like was thinking, oh, you're not ready. Like, and then I went to sleep and I opened my little eyes and I was like, I'm cutting my hair today. And then I called Cahleb and I was like, who's your barber? And do you think I can get in with her? And he was like, girl, no, it's Pride. Like, they're gonna be bugged. Like, I don't think you understand. I was like, give me her number. Like, I will cut my hair today. And lo and behold, she had like a wait list. So I like signed onto the wait list and I text her and I'm like, hey, I really need to shave my head today. Do you have any availability? Let me know. I would also like to dye it blonde. And she was like, I don't think we can dye it blonde, but we can shave it. We can definitely shave it today. Can you come in like 30 minutes? And I was like, no problem. And I get in my little Uber, 5-minute drive, get to the barber. And she's like, are you ready? And I was like, born ready. Sat in that chair and she was just like, do you need a moment for your hair? I was like, no, I just want to shave it now. And she was just like, okay, like you are ready. And then she starts cutting. And I'm like calling everybody. Cleve's like, yes, it looks amazing. Go lower, go lower. I'm like calling other people and they're like, oh my God, like you're really cutting it. And then we get to the end and, I have my little head and the barber's like, thank God, girl. Like sometimes it's really awkward in here. Like you have the perfect head shape for this. And I was just like, thank you. Because honestly, guys, it would have been fucking awkward because I really went low. And so then then I like walk out, I feel the breeze, and I get home and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God. I just cut my hair. Like it's gone. It's like completely gone. Like I can't hide behind it. There is no going back. Like I can't take the hair, stick it back on. Like it's gone. Like it's gone. And honestly, I felt so much lighter. It was so beautiful going into the shower and just washing your hair. Like I remember when I had a silk press, not that there's anything wrong with this, but I would just be so like conscious and like every time there was like any sort of like rain outside, I would always just be like, oh no guys, my hair, like I can't, my hair, like oh I can't, my hair. It also kind of limited me working out because I didn't want to fuck up my hair. And like I know that's stupid because there's all these like little gears or whatever. End of the day, if you have a silk press, you go to the gym and you work out, you will sweat it out, period. And that's what I was trying to avoid. It doesn't matter. Also, it doesn't matter how many fucking sweatbands that you guys promote on TikTok. You will sweat your silk press out. That's just it, period. So yeah, No more bob. I know we love the bob. Everybody, all the girls love the bob. But this is me now. And shout out to my girl Val, who really got me right. Day of appointment, right before Pride. I know she was booked and busy. But shout out to Camera Ready Cuts. Yeah, this is me now. Like, this is me. I feel so good to, I like be naked and like raw with y'all. Black people know that our hair is super politicized, whether we want it to or whether we're cognizant of it or not. Like, super politicized. There are laws made about our hair, quite literally. And a part of shaving my head was kind of definitely like has to do with the fact that our hair is politicized. There's so many things as you grow up as a Black person, whether you're trying, especially when you're trying to function in these white spaces, you realize you have to straighten your hair, or like how different hairstyles get different people to interact with you and treat you differently. Um, I've noticed by shaving my head, there is a certain type of gaze, like I said, that I'm divesting from. And because I know what long hair means for a lot of people, how long hair is a definition of beauty for a lot of people. You have to like preemptively plan your hair. Kid you not? Like sometimes like a month, 2 months, 3 months in advance, or be like, oh, like I remember once I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be going to this like professional conference, so my hair is probably gonna be straight in November. It was February. Why am I thinking about my hair in November? It takes up a lot of our mental space, at least for Black women. And in my experience, like it's been something that I think about all the time. This experience of me cutting my hair has kind of catapulted into me, redoing my wardrobe, buying clothes that actually fit me, and like giving away my older clothes to like my younger siblings or donating it because it doesn't fit me anymore. Embracing this new current version of who I am. And just because I'm bald now, I can look completely different in a year. I'm not the forever baldy or whatever. Like I can go and throw on a wig, or I can go and do something else. I don't know, like go skin bald if I really want to. I think for me, what's most important is that I accept myself, what I look like right now. I feel really good in how I am showing up to you guys. And because I feel like this is really me in like my truest form. And I feel beautiful while doing it, I think too. I feel beautiful. Period. The way I used to do my hair when I wasn't diagnosed with alopecia, my nails, everything, kind of like was like a way for me to channel my creativity. And while even though I don't have any hair, I'm still gonna do my nails. I'm still gonna like, this new wardrobe that I'm building is gonna be definitely an outlet for my creativity and how I want to present to the world. I feel like I communicate my creativity through how I present. I think everybody does in a certain way. I think that's the beauty of fashion and why it's so fun and why it brings people together, because it says so much about who you are. That's something I definitely want to continue doing, and I'm growing in it. It's evolving. Looking back at it, I'm so jealous of the girls who got to experiment with it when they were younger and could dye their hair purple and green and all these things, because I didn't really get the opportunity to do that. And I feel like I'm kind of figuring it out now about what I want to do and how create, you know what I mean? Like how I want to communicate like who I am to the world. And so it's kind of been a beautiful journey, and I'm kind of accepting, what I want today may not be what I want tomorrow. What I wanted like 3 months ago may be something that I want again. And that's okay, because it's really just personal to me. It is my personal journey, and I don't have to apologize for it in any way, shape, or form, or explain it to anybody, honestly. Like, I'm not going to be thinking about my hairstyle in 6 months' time or what I'm going to do, or how I'm going to space out my financials to be able to afford this certain hairstyle, because I am bald. Anyways, guys, I will catch you guys next time. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to On Our Terms Pod and follow us on all the platforms at On Our Terms Pod. And you can follow me, your host, at UTomzy. Yes, it's my name backwards. I know I say this all the time, but people are always shocked each and every time. So make sure to follow me, and I will catch you guys